Stop everything. What I'm about to tell you will shock the NFL world. A story so explosive, so confidential, that it's shaking the very foundations of Philadelphia, Cincinnati, and the entire league. Right now, behind closed doors, in a clandestine war room filled with encrypted calls and secret meetings, something extraordinary is unfolding. An operation so sensitive that only a handful of insiders have even caught wind of it. And I guarantee, what I'm about to reveal could change the entire landscape of the NFL's offseason, forever. There's a superstar in the making, a player who defies convention, who's been quietly shattering expectations, and who now stands at the very heart of a covert NFL trade frenzy. An elite talent, one of the best in the league, with a resume so impressive that even the most hardened insiders are whispering about it in hushed tones. But here's the kicker. No one outside the deepest circles knows the full story. They just know something big is coming. Something that could reshape the NFC East, threaten Super Bowl contenders, and create chaos in the NFL's trade corridors. My sources, rock solid and entirely confidential, have just confirmed a development so massive that it will flood your mind with questions. Who is it? Which team is involved? Why now? And the biggest question of all, what's the secret behind this secret? I can't give everything away just yet, but I promise you, if you're a true NFL fan, you'll want to stay glued to this channel because what I'm about to reveal will blow your mind. Hold tight, because you're about to get a behind-the-scenes look at a covert operation that's been unfolding under the radar. An operation so clandestine that only the most well-connected insiders even knew it was happening. And trust me, what I'm about to say will make your jaw hit the floor. But first, I need you to do something. If you want the full truth, the details that will shake the league to its core, hit that subscribe button now. Smash the like button with all your might and ring that bell to activate notifications. Because this story isn't just big, it's epic, it's dangerous. And the best part? Those who are in the know are already calling it a game changer. Are you ready? Because what I'm about to tell you will redefine everything you thought you knew about the NFL's power play. Let's dive into the chaos behind closed doors. The Philadelphia Eagles, a team with a legend as their head coach, a Super Bowl crown still fresh on the mantle, and a roster that's been battling internal turmoil. They've been searching for something more. Something that can elevate them from contenders to legends. For months, they've been scrambling, secretly holding meetings in secluded hotel suites, flying under the radar on private jets, whispering about who can bring them that missing piece. They've been deep in negotiations, making offers, pulling powerful strings. And then, out of nowhere, everything changed. Because behind the scenes, they found him. That's right. The player whose name has been whispered in NFL circles with reverence, whose tape and stats have had rival teams drooling. A player so valuable, so elite, that his presence alone would shift the balance of power in the league. But wait, I'm not going to say his name just yet. For now, let's build the story. Let's set the scene. You see, this isn't just about a player. It's about a package, a strategic move that involves top-tier logistics, a masterclass of NFL maneuvering, and a GM who's been working in the shadows like a chess grandmaster. We're talking about a player who's been through the fire, who's faced injuries, who's been underperforming slightly in recent months, but whose potential is through the roof. A guy who's a proven winner, a four-time Pro Bowler, a Super Bowl champion, and a linchpin for any offense. And the choice to pursue him? It's not random, it's no fluke. The Eagles see the big picture, they see the future. They see an elite tackle who can anchor their offensive line, the sort of guy who can protect their franchise quarterback, Jalen Hurts, for years to come. A guy with a massive frame and iron will, and a resume packed with accolades. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. The negotiations involve secret bonuses, performance incentives tied to the playoffs, and clauses so complex that even NFL executives call it a modern marvel of contract engineering. And the whispers. They tell us rival teams are already trying to block this deal. Some are offering last-minute trades, others are leaking false info to muddy the waters. The league's power brokers see this move as a direct threat to their own plans, a seismic shift that could change the playoff landscape, threaten Super Bowl dynasties, and cause chaos in the NFC East. It's a high-stakes game of chess, with millions of dollars and NFL history hanging in the balance. Every call from the Eagles' front office, every encrypted message, every clandestine meeting, all pointing toward one goal, acquiring this player. And trust me, folks, the stakes have never been higher. Now I want you to imagine the reaction in Philadelphia, the whispers in Cincinnati, and the frantic scramble in league offices. Picture the owner, Jeffrey Lurie, watching his team's fortunes transform before his very eyes. Picture Howie Roseman, the mastermind pulling strings in the shadows, orchestrating a move that insiders say could be worth billions. Behind the scenes, they're pouring in resources, signing secret deals with player agents, negotiating with rival teams, all while the NFL looks on in stunned silence. And in the middle of this storm, the player himself, Orlando Brown Jr., a name that's been whispered with admiration, whose stats are staggering, yet whose recent seasons have been marred by injuries and some inconsistency. But make no mistake, this guy still possesses the same elite size, strength, and intelligence that made him a four-time Pro Bowler and a Super Bowl champion. That massive 6'8", 350-pound frame, it's a fortress of power. His footwork, his pass protection, it's the stuff of legends. His career highlights include protecting MVP quarterbacks Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, leading the Chiefs' offensive line to Super Bowl LVII triumph, and earning 4 Pro Bowls in just a few seasons. His contract. A 4-year, $64 million deal signed in 2023 that still got plenty of value left in it, especially considering the league's rising salaries. But here's the kicker. The Eagles see him as the missing piece, a cornerstone for their future, someone who could dominate for the next decade. Despite the 2025 dip, a season marred by injuries and some off days, his market value remains sky-high. NFL insiders say the Eagles would be willing to pay a premium, moving heaven and earth to seal this deal. Because in Philly, they're not just chasing wins, they're chasing history. Imagine the impact. A guy with his pedigree anchoring the line, protecting Hurts and opening lanes for the rushing attack. Imagine him fitting into the Eagles' scheme like a puzzle piece, transforming an already potent offense into an unstoppable juggernaut. Teams that faced him in the Super Bowl, like the Chiefs and Eagles, know just how valuable a dominant tackle can be. And now, Philadelphia is lining up to add even more firepower on their front line. This isn't just a trade, it's a statement. A declaration of their intent to rule the NFL for years. But the drama gets even more intense. Behind the scenes, NFL authorities are praising this move. Industry insiders call it a masterstroke, a steal, and a game-changer. Rumor has it that some NFL GMs have already called it the deal of the decade, warning other teams that they may have missed their chance. Meanwhile, rival teams are scrambling, trying to make countermoves, but the truth is they're stuck. Because the Eagles, under the guidance of the genius Howie Roseman, are working in the shadows, planning a strategic assault that could redefine the league's offensive line hierarchy. And don't forget, the money involved is staggering, with bonuses, incentives, and clauses so elaborate that NFL legal teams have been seen poring over the fine print for days. But let's get into the numbers. Orlando Brown Jr. would cost the Eagles roughly $20 million annually when restructured. A steep investment, but one that pays dividends in elite pass protection and run blocking. He would slot into Philly's scheme as their left tackle of the future, a perfect fit for Sirianni's aggressive offense. They'd likely release some salary cap space by cutting or trading other players, perhaps a veteran or two, making room for the monster contract. The projections. Next season, we're talking about a guy who could tally over 60 sacks across the next 2 years, dominate in run blocking, and be a cornerstone for multiple playoff runs. His stats last season, despite injuries, still show he's a beast, and with proper health, he's destined for even greater glory. Now imagine this. A trade package so massive that NFL history is rewritten. Multiple draft picks, a high-value player or two heading to Cincinnati, all to secure a franchise protector that could define the next decade. The NFL's biggest names are already whispering about it. Insiders with connections to both teams call it a potential blockbuster that could send shockwaves through the league. The league's top analysts are already comparing it to historic deals like the Rams' acquisition of Matthew Stafford or the Seahawks' trade for Percy Harvin, but this one? It's bigger, it's more strategic, it's a statement of intent from Philly, and as the clock ticks down, the tension thickens. The next 48 hours will be crucial. Everything hinges on a few key decisions, a few final negotiations. Will Howie Roseman pull off the impossible? Will the Bengals see the true value of Orlando Brown Jr.? Will the league's power brokers allow this to happen? The answers are coming, and they could change everything. So here's the truth. This isn't just a rumor. It's a revolution in the making, an epic saga of ambition, strategy, and NFL domination. And whether you're a die-hard Eagles fan, a Bengals loyalist, or just a football fanatic, you need to stay tuned because what's happening right now is the stuff of legends. The NFL's next chapter is being written, and it's about to be historic. Remember this moment, because in the next few days, everything you thought you knew about NFL trades will be turned upside down. This is your inside scoop, exclusive, confidential, and utterly groundbreaking. And trust me, the best is yet to come. This is the beginning of something colossal, and you're in the front row. Buckle up. The NFL will never be the same again.